Firefighters on the Greek island of Rhodes say they expect wildfires to get worse today as temperatures rise. Thousands of people have been evacuated from homes and hotels on the island. 3 hotels have reportedly burnt down.
At the time of broadcast, we were in the sky heading for Rhodes, unaware of the evacuation. We landed to text messages from concerned friends and family. You're watching The Travel Fan, and this is our 10 days in Rhodes. We awoke in our wonderful villa, in what appeared to be a calm, relaxed environment. It turned out we were staying many miles from the fires raging to the central and southern eastern forest areas of the island. Apart from a few sharp power cuts, we wouldn't have known. In part 1 of our guide, we'll take a brief look at Rhodes Town, the water park, and take an organised full island private tour. Due to the fires, the island of Rhodes does need our help. The lack of tourists will have cost their economy millions. So if you're thinking of a vacation in Greece, please consider Rhodes. I know you'll love it. Now, I've seen so many videos of Rhodes Old Town and it always looked busy. But with UK holidays cancelled, we had a totally different view. It was quiet, nothing like I'd seen on YouTube. Also quiet was one of Faliraki's main attractions, the water park. We didn't have to fight for a sunbed or a rubber ring. The lazy river actually felt very lazy, which I kind of needed. The ride queue times were short, around 5 minutes or less, and the kids therefore had a really great time. We ended up going back later on the day we flew back to the UK. It's definitely worth the €25 entry fee for adults. Kids are about half the price. We also invested in a full island private tour, which started in the wonderful town of Lindos. The tour had to be delayed a few days due to road closures in the central eastern part of the island. It was a hot day that day we went to Lindos. It was pushing 40 degrees C and it felt closer to 50. As we climbed our way up through the small shops to the ancient Acropolis, it nearly got the better of us. Luckily we made it. We paid a small fee to get into the Acropolis, but didn't have time to stay too long. You've got to visit. We only had about an hour while we were on our tour. It would have been so much better if we'd have taken our time. The views at the Acropolis are stunning. And in the height of summer, you might need a change of clothes. I ended up buying a dry t-shirt on my way back to the minibus. Wow, it was so hot. Oh yeah, and don't forget there's cats literally everywhere, and a few goats. From Lindos, we went up to the Seven Springs. It's where the island's fresh water comes from. It's one of very few Greek islands that have their own natural spring water source. I'll be honest, it was fine as a stop off, but it's not amazing. The best part was a 200-metre tunnel that led from the springs to a lake. Not sure if the girls were a bit traumatised by it all, to be honest. We jumped back on the minibus and headed for Butterfly Valley, which is worth a visit. For some reason, I imagine butterflies in sort of big glass houses, or they were kept inside, but no. Millions of butterflies live in the valley due to one specific tree. You'll see them along with other animals as you wander through the valley. Before finishing our day trip with half-price tours, I'll link them in the description. We stopped off at a monastery with a giant cross that was rebuilt after the war. The cross is beautiful, and so are the views. There's loads more history to learn, but I'll be honest, I can't remember all the details, plus you don't want me as your historian. Visit there and see it for yourself. Finally, we made a brief stop at the Old Town before we ended with a late night dip in our villa's pool. Coming up in part 2, we take a one-day boat trip to Simi and St George's Bay. We try sea kayaking and regret it. Find out why. We have a wonderful electric scooter tour of old Rhodes Town and visit the original Olympic Stadium. Thanks for watching. Please give us a like and subscribe to the channel so we can grow. You're watching The Travel Fam, a family of 4 that loves exploring on our own terms.